sadhana of tapasya. What is that? Bahya antakarana samadhanam. And quotation from Mahabharata was Manasascha indriyanam aikagryam paramam tapaha. That first thing he got it. And thereafter, as given the guidance by his own father, he went on doing the tapasya. At each level of his inquiry or tapasya, he came to discover one grasa kosa as the Atman. And he came back with his own doubt. Ki it is an object, it is having birth and death, it is having all modifications. How can this be Atman? How can this be Brahman? In this way, when he was coming and presenting in front of his Guru Father, Varuna, he was saying, Ki tapasa brahma vijijnasasva tapo brahmeti satapo tapyata. When Guru said, तप से ही तुमको ब्रह्म मिलता है. Then he went again, inquired. Satapotapyata, Satapastaptva, every one of the koshas that way transcended. Now, what was the guidance given by the Guru for inquiring which is Brahman? The Brahma, Tatastha Lakshanas were the Adhar, if you remember. Yato va imani bhutani jayante, ye na jata nijivante, yat prayantapi samvishanti. These are the Brahma Tatastha Lakshanas to inquire for Brahman, and the Upalabdhi Dwarani were Annam Pranam Chakshushrotram Manovachamiti. Those are Upalabdhi Sthanas, these are the inquiry. These three Lakshanas are to inquire whether they fit in these Dwaras or not. Now, each Dwara appear to be fulfilling these conditions, but having gone closely and seen it was not fulfilling. That way, Anna, Prana, Mano, Vijnana, all he transcended, and then Anandamaya Kosha mein nahi jate hue, through the Vijnanamaya only he got finally Anando Brahmeti Vijanat. Anandadhi eva khalu imani bhutani jayanti, all of that. Then he never went to his father again, not required. Then Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya, Shruti Mata independently started appreciating this Vidya and this Bhrugu for his great effort. Now, this was a beautiful Upanishad that way. I'm just giving today a bird's eye view of what we have gone through in our study in last 472 73 days. All of them are required for us to keep in mind, fully engrossed in it. Then only the whole topic will be ours. Then we get data sufficient, inspiration sufficient to do sadhana. When we do it, then the results come. Now, even after telling all these things, still the Shruti Mata doesn't want to give us any license or permission. You know what is the meaning of it? Ki till the Paramatma is achieved even beyond, we cannot take any of our activity or thought for granted in spiritual life. That's what we started today's introduction. Ki how wholehearted is the spiritual approach. It cannot be half-hearted. Means what? Ki few hours of the day we engage in study of Shastra and do sadhana. Other hours we will do whatever we want, whatever we like, licentiously. That is not allowed. It is in case of everything, like maintaining the health. Good food I eat a few hours or few half an hour, etc. I do exercise, and the whole day I will behave as nonsensical as I want. If that is the case, these two things won't help in maintaining the health. Maintaining the health is a wholehearted, complete job. In the matters of finance also, I'll put a lot of investment, do a big business, and I can earn lot of money. But other aspects I will not bother, like spending lot of money in wrong channels, etc. Then you will never have that sufficient wealth, is it not? Here also, what we have to catch is, it is not like the initial people of immaturity, or we were also at that stage, thinking that we can come to class, study the Shastra, and other part of our life can be as it can be fully freedom licentiousness. It will never fetch the spiritual unfoldment. To bring that point into our notice only, these three anuvakas of 789 were told. The 789 Anuvakas were what for they were? Ki, how our relation with the things which are supporting our life, and how our understanding regarding our own life. How it is explained? By explaining the unit of the life. What is the unit of the life? Is an experience. What are there in an experience? The subject and object. What is our attitude to this relation of subject and object, and what is our attitude towards all those which are sustaining us and surviving us? All of that is put in the name of Annam. All that are helping. Dekho, yes, I am Brahman, the self beyond all upadhis, but why all this I will know only when I am in the upadhi and with the help of the upadhi. Therefore the maintenance, respecting, reverence of the upadhi is very essential. What to do for that was explained to us in that 789 anuvakas. अन्नं न निन्द्यात् अन्नं न परिचक्षित अन्नं बहुकुर्वीत प्राणवा अन्नं ज्योतिरन्नादम, all of those things. Pranava annam shariram annadam, all of that. So we have to be mindful about these instructions given by Shruti Mata, and we have to know that it means what? No moment of the day we can be forgetting we are spiritual seeker, becoming some jiva or samsari. Then all of that neutralizes what beautiful sadhana we are doing. That was explained. Now, to the extent it has been told how we have to be not only dealing with our own upadhis, not only dealing with the resources which are supporting our upadhis, not only dealing with the unit of our life's experiences called as the subject object. More importantly, when we are in the world outside socially with the people, how we have to conduct with them. Is it not? And thereafter comes the most important thing. These are all external and internal sadhanas, please. Before we become qualified for the innermost deep tapasya as done by the Bhrugu to transcend one by one kosha to reach the self. The most important thing after all these are done is told to us as an external upasana is the Brahma upasana. The Brahma upasana is required. Before that, how we conduct with the world is required. Before that, how we manage our own upadhis, etc., that is required. And all this is done by knowing an example like that of Bhrugu Akhyayika. And this all is preceded by the Brahma Vidya. And before that, qualified for Brahma Vidya through the earlier upasanas. See, that is why totally dedicated to this goal, being in the Guru's ashrama, we relentlessly when we do, then it will happen. Left to ourselves loose or letting ourselves loose, in spirituality, it is only a pseudo satisfaction that something we are doing, but there will never be a substantial joy of doing and achieving. This we have to realize. This is the meaning of maturity. We have to be. There is no way. So, if you have seen last half an hour, whatever he spoke, the connection between every of the Valli with the Adhyatmic Sadhaka, which is the one unwanted. If any one sloka or mantra is unwanted, long back it would have been edited. Shruti Mata herself would have not said so. Neither Shruti Mata deleted it, nor any of the subsequent gurus or students of Upanishad have edited that one. That means every of these things are essential for the completeness of our sadhana understanding. Now, in last 2 days, we were seeing that after the Bhrugu Upakyanam, we were seeing these the Kanchana Vastu, all that is over. Then we have come to the Brahma Upasana. At the thought level, it is very, very essential to replace the thoughts of the world with the thought of the Brahma Vastu. And it is a fact. We are not doing anything jhoot. We are not doing anything wrong. Brahman alone is real. On him we have projected the world. This was the mistake we have done. Now we are undoing that, what do you say? The opposite of the mistake. We are rectifying the mistake by doing the Brahma Upasana with ourselves and with the world and the Devatas. The rectification of the wrong is done here by the Brahma Upasana. And it has to be happening consciously. So eyes are open, ears are open, everything is received like earlier. The earlier was with the Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, we were running to embrace the objects for bhoga. That is an utter samsari's lakshana. Now, as we matured through this study of Upanishad, when we are at this level, all the things are perceived as they were earlier. But now there is no bhoga asakti in them. There is only the yoga abhyasa. How to visualize Paramatma in all of them. That has to be relentlessly done till the deep vasanas in us, impressions in us, which are uncalled for, which have only one sequence of creating kama karma in our life and destroy, they are uprooted and removed. Till that time, deeply, these upasanas have to be done. It's only a thought. The world is an object of enjoyment, is only a thought, but a very powerful thought that we cannot resist it. We take the world as object of enjoyment, and to enjoy that or get that, we are ready to do everything. Highest of the crime we are able to do, highest of these efforts and sacrifice also we are able to do. But alas, all of that is merely an illusion and imagination. Till they all go away, we have to do the upasana of the Brahman in and through everything. Just like the upasana of the vibhutis of Bhagavan as told in the Purana Itihasa Smriti Granthas like Gita and Bhagavad. All of that we have to involve in. As we tell you so many times, the example when somebody joins army, it is not the commandant is just theoretically telling all these exercises, these fitnesses, these alertnesses, these ability to hold the weapons. ये क्लासरूम में बैठकर वो सिखाते थोड़ी है वो. There is less theory, मोर प्रैक्टिस. सुबह से 6 से 12 बजे तक दौड़ा के भगा के सब करा के फिर वहां मीटिंग बुलाकर 5 मिनट ही बोलकर देन जैसे कोई शक. In the same way, for us, what we are doing, what theory we are listening, but we have no practice. Therefore, shakko shak to us. We have not at all grown in anything. None of these things so far said can be discarded for spiritual sadhana, for the spiritual growth. So that day is golden day when we understand and accept this thing and restart, push that restart button in our life to take everything seriously right from Shiksham Vyakhya Syamaha, learning Sanskrit onwards. So here we have seen in last 2 days the Manushi Samyak Agnya given by the Shruti Mata for the Brahma Upasana. 5 samples are given and we are told to expand this as and where and when we are involving wherever. Like in Bhagavad Gita में कहते हैं 10th chapter में after giving all the 72 upadhis, then the 73rd Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam Vidhi Bharata Sanatanam. न तदस्ति विना यत् स्यात् मया भूतं सदाशनम. Then नान्तोस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतीनां परान्तपा एष तु उद्देशतः प्रोक्तः विभूतेर् विस्तरो मया. Finally, यद्यद् विभूतिमत् सत्त्वं श्रीमत् ऊर्जितमेव वा तत्तत् एव अवगच्छत्वं मम तेजोंश सम्भवम् अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन इष्टव्याहमिदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्. Means these 73 vibhutis I told you are for you to take an initiative and start. After you have mastered all of them, thereafter in this world, everything is my own vibhuti. That practice you have to do till you stop seeing anything other than me. Stavaranam Himalaya. Is it only Himalaya I am? To begin with, that's Upasana. After that, every mountain in the Himalayan ranges, that area is me. Come down in Bharata Mata, the Aravali are there, the Vindhyachara is there, Sahyadri are there. So many ranges of mountain are there. Now, are they not Bhagwan? They're all. No, only the mountains which are in India, they are Bhagwan. What about the Nepal, full of mountains, China? वो भगवान नहीं हो क्या? वो तो पाकिस्तान में, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, अमेरिका अंडर, एवरीवेयर दे आर माउंटेन्स, ऑल ऑफ देम आर भगवान. So too Srotasam Jahnavi, I am Ganges among rivers. Only Ganga. What about Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati, Hindu, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Brahmaputra, all of them? Only in Indian rivers that is Paramatma. What about other rivers? So देखो, दे कहीं रुकना नहीं हमको अपने उपाधियों के अभ्यास में. So I am the Pakshiyam, Pakshinam, Vainateya. Among birds, I am the Garuda. What is Garuda? What about the swan? What about the other birds of crows and pigeons and peacocks and parrots and all that? अरे ये भी भगवान है बाबा. There is nothing in this world which is not Bhagavan. As it was done in the Vibhutis in the Bhakti or Saguna Sakara Shastra, so too in this Nirguna Nirakara Vedanta Vicharana also, just to remove that gush of the thoughts about the world and worldliness, we have to do Upasana definitely, that all these are also expression of the Brahma Tattva. And that upasana consciously has to be done. And I have to know that I am doing this upasana for removing the wrong notion that there can be something in the form of name and form other than independent of the supreme truth or reality or Brahman. So far, I was never given the subject or details about the Brahma Vidya at all. Now I have understood. I am told Brahman alone is all pervading, that I have to realize. But right now, my mind is carrying the load of so many names and forms because of my past. Now my abhyasa is every that name and form is nothing but the expression of Brahman only. I am knowing it, I am doing it consciously. Like Hanumanji, he knows that he is Rama Bhakta and he does Rama Seva consciously. There is no ambiguity in him. In the same way, with systematic, crystal clear clarity, we have to do this Brahma Upasana. Manushi Upasanas, then the Daivi Upasanas. So the Manushi Samagnaha, those 5 things we have thoroughly, exhaustively studied without missing anything. क्षेमैति वाचे योगक्षेमैति प्राणापानयोः कर्मेति हस्तयोः गतिरिति पादयोः विमुक्तिरिति पायौ इति मानुषे समाज्ञाः. Okay. Now we have taken initiative as in the continuation of Shruti Mata, the Daivi Samajñaha. Daiva Sambandha, which is not in our purview, but yet something is happening at the totality level, also in our individual level, without our prameya. All of that is called a Daivi. Even in the Daivi happenings also, just like in the Manushi happenings, we have done the Upasana that Brahman is there in and through. So too we should develop the faculty of visualizing the presence of the Brahma Tattva even in the Daivi, divine, higher level of happenings. Atha Daivi, in the divine kingdom, in the divine happenings, which are not in the control of any specified individual jivas. दिव्य चीजें जो हो रही हैं इस दुनिया में, उसमें भी उसी परब्रह्म को देखने का क्षमता हमको होना है. All of that is what? To remove the disturbing, distracting thoughts of all the world and worldly objects and worldliness when we are sitting on the seat of meditation, to recognize that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma through the Panchakosha Viveka, through that inner upasana. मेडिटेटिव उपासना के द्वारा 5 कोशों के भीतर रहने वाला सत्यम ज्ञानम अनंतम ब्रह्म को पकड़ने के प्रयत्न में हमको डिस्टर्ब करने वाले वृत्तियों के अंदर जो विषय है वो सब केवल परब्रह्म है, ऐसे साधना उपासना करा के वो डिस्टर्बेंसेस को घटाना है ना. व्हेन आई एम वेरी क्लियर विथ माय उपासना दैट एवरीथिंग इज नारायण और एवरीथिंग इज ब्रह्मन, then towards that the raga dveshatmaka klesha sambandha will not be there. Only when there are raga dvesha the pancha klesha, that the vrittis will come in a disturbing, distracting manner. Otherwise you see the thing but there is no projection of any sort. Seeing the things but not projecting is the purest of the pure heart. Such one will be able to do all meditational sadhanas easily. Seeing the things and projecting thousand is because of the vasanas, because of raga dvesha. To remove all of that for the purification, these inevitable upasanas of Daivi Samagnya, Manushi Samagnya. Manushi is done. Daivi, we have started yesterday, and we saw, I think, two or three. Two more are there. Then some more 7 8 set of great upasana along with Falashruti are told. This is the beauty of this Upanishad, guiding us entirely and exhaustively. For a serious, sincere student, every day referable, every day the student studyable text is this one. And all the time to be in the mood of contemplating on Taittiriya. How many topics? We just had a bird's eye view in last half an hour, but when you have gone through the Bhashyam, you have seen how many things were given to us. So, Ata Daivi Samagna. 1 second. Sorry. Now the Daivi Samagnaha, 6 of them are given to us, followed by some 7 8 more Upasanas of Brahman along with the Falashruti. So what are the Daivi? Ata Daivi. First one is Truptiriti Vrushtau. So in the Vrushti, in the rain, see that in the form of Trupti, it is Parabrahman alone is there. So Bhagavan Bhashyakar has guided how through the vrishti, the rain, all the consumable goods, all of them are given to us, safety and security things, because of which we get the trupti. So in the form of the trupti, in the vrishti, Parabrahman alone is there. And having the trupti anubhuti is called having Brahma anubhuti, because we have seen in the earlier commentary of the earlier Anuvaka, we were explained that Brahman is in the roop of the trupti, and also is in the roop of Ananda, is in the form of the Abhaya Pratishta. These are all the anubhutis of expression of Brahman only. So trupti riti vrushtau, we have to do the upasana. And in so many angles we have seen yesterday, we have to be in this world doing the varsha of the things to the world, so that the world is trupta. Seeing that world, we have to be trupta. One of the example yesterday was in Bhagavatam, these all Yadavas, when they went to Samanta Panchaka Kshetram during Grahana. No, having done the Upavasa Diksha and the whatever the things to be done during Grahana, when they got the Yajna, ityadi done from the Brahmanas. How much greatly they have given in dana to the Brahmanas. Varsha ke tara. Godanam, Hiranyadanam, Bhudanam, Dhanadanam, everything they gave. After their second bath, they gave even the Bhuri Annam, Su Annam Bhuri Dadatu, the word used. Su Annam, Swannam, Bhuri in a big quantity Dadat. They gave to the Brahmanebhya, Datva. Then taking permission from them, they also had, then they sat under tree. Others also finished their Upasana, then they were meeting, loving each other. All that was the story. But the main point was कि Bhuri Dakshina they gave. That is, I am talking about the Varsha. In that, you see that the other person is Trupta. And in that person's Trupti, you find your Trupti. Then you are in touch with Brahman. You are doing Brahma Upasana. Truptiriti Vrushtau. कभी भी miserly नहीं रहना in making the people तृप्त और आनंद. कुछ भी नहीं जाने वाला हमको, क्योंकि कुछ है ही नहीं हमारा. हमको ब्रह्म चाहिए. Is it not? And don't doubt the people. Among 10, 1 or 2 maybe they are terribly greedy and all. है ना? Some rakshasas तो होते ही हैं. But majority of the jivas, human beings especially, are having their own self-respect and modesty. Therefore, they won't take you for granted because you are doing the varsha of the things. They say, sir, thank you, I am contented. Is it not? I am contented. So don't have the doubts. So whether you are taking care of your servants or your employees or anyone, let there be varsha so that they become trupta, and in that you become trupta. Truptiriti vrushtau can be interpreted in these so many ways. So we have seen it sufficiently. Listen, yesterday, day before's class. So, okay, vrishte annadidvarena trupti hetutvat brahma eva trupti atmana vrushtau vyavasthitamiti upasyam. Again, I am saying vrishte annadidvarena, of the rain through the giving of the anna ityadi to all of us, trupti hetutvat, because it is the cause of the trupti, brahma eva, parabrahma only, trupti atmana, as the trupti, the self, prushtav, in the rain, he is vyavasthitam iti upasyam. Vyavasthitam iti upasyam. So, rain is rained. Why the rain is raining? It has an atma in it to convey that it is raining. What is the atma or purpose of rain? Giving trupti. तो वर्षा वर्षा होने का एक ही कारण है तृप्ति देना. So therefore through that rain in the form of trupti, Brahman alone is there. In that way we have to do the upasana. Same thing you apply to all the remaining things. तथा अन्येषु, the subsequently जो बाद में बताएंगे, पहले जो बता चुके हैं क्षेम इति वाची. The क्षेम इति वाची is a very essential thing. That the Vani is given only to reach the kshema, safety and security of everyone. है ना? The people's self-respect, kshema, उसका protect करना है. People's dignity, we have to protect it. That's called kshema, another meaning other than what we told yesterday, day before. For that alone, the Vani is given. So through that Vani, when the kshema vishayas are spoken about, then that is Brahma Upasana. Because in the Vani, Bhagavan is there as kshema, we have seen. So to yoga kshema iti prana panayoho. So the yoga, you have to see that the world grows, and kshema, that growth of them is protected. That making the world grow, protecting already grown growth is called as yoga kshema. In this way, Parabrahman alone is there in prana apana of yours and everyone. This is why the prana apana ka purpose hai to obtain what's not obtained called yoga, to sustain or protect what's gained called as kshema. So in that way, yoga kshema ke roop mein Brahma ka upasana karo. So to what was in karma ithastayo? In the hand, the karma is there. As Bhagavan is there as karma. Therefore, the upasana karma, the dana karma, the seva karma, all the time the hands have to be in action in serving the world. Can't be just folded hand and irresponsible. If we are not doing the action through the hands given, we are not allowing the Brahman to express through our hands, my dear. If we are not speaking and not speaking Kshema, we are not allowing the Brahman to express through the mouth, my dear. So too, if our legs are not moving continuously, again in the service of the expression of God called as world, we are not allowing the Brahman to express through our feet. Gatiriti padayoho. Spirituality is not static, please remember. Those few hours of meditation we do, seated at one place to gain concentration, to catch hold of the truth. But after that, you open the eyes, move in the world, everything is Brahman, Brahma Upasana, Brahma Seva, Brahma Dhyana, Brahma Anubhava. Alone is happening all the time. So that was the दैव मानुषी समाज्ञा के टाइम बताया. तो here दैवी समाज्ञा में तृप्त रीति रुष्टो बताकर in this way do for everything else also. कि in the rain as its atma called as trupti. Why the rain का आत्मा तृप्ति है? Because the rain rains for giving trupti. Here the atma is in this sense, the purpose के sense से. Otherwise for everything the atman is Brahman only. So in the rain its atma is trupti. As trupti Brahman alone is there. Therefore Brahma तो आएगा rain में as a trupti. So do that upasana that way. तृप्ति रूपेण ब्रह्म एव अस्ति वृष्टौ इति भावय. तृप्तिरिति वृष्टौ. As we told you, the highest trupti in rain, comes to whom? The highest trupti comes to the in the rain is to the clouds because whatever the load of position they have of water, they just lavishly have given. ले लो तो ले लो ले लो. है ना? जो होल्ड करने वाले के समान दुखी दूसरा जैसा नहीं होता. The one who can just spend the money and give it to others, उससे ज़्यादा कोई हैप्पी तृप्त बंदा नहीं होता. But that has to click to us. That has to be realized by us. The Varsha Bhagwan जो है ना वरुण भगवान through the बादल goes on giving water. देखे the 4 months he will rain. Then he says, I am Trupta now. His rivers, all the ponds, all the wells, all the fields, everything is filled. हाँ कोई कमी है कहीं? देखो beautiful, Trupti Riti Vrishta is a joy. Even government when announces in its manifesto or in its new bills passed a lot of facilities to the praja, then the patrakar, if they are little educated and have vocabulary, they write this only. Government ने ये वरों का वर्षा कर दिया जनता के ऊपर, facilities का वर्षा कर दी, and they are तृप्त. So तृप्तिरिति वृष्टौ. That much and understand the ird gird चीजें उसके. Then we came to the subsequent one. So कि तृप्तरि तथा अन्येषु तेन तेन आत्मना ब्रह्म एव उपास्यम. So no more in our mind is the thought anything other than the trupti in the rain, and that trupti is nothing other than Brahman. We have to be fixing our mind in that. Next now, तथा बल रूपेण विद्युति. So exhaustively we said yesterday कि in the vidyut, the bala rupena, it is Parabrahman alone is there. So vidyut includes all sources of energy. They take different technical names they give for the different bala. I have not studied all these physics or chemistry. वो सब पढ़ते हैं यार क्या होता है. So let us say the human made energies or the prakritika, है ना, प्राकृतिक ऊर्जाएं, मानवीयकृत ऊर्जाएं, something they call the natural powers, then man made artificial powers, whatever. In all of them, that's called balam. uh, all of them are called vidyut. The sources are, then that is called paramatma only. Balamiti vidyuti. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam. As said in Gita, etc., I am the strength in the strong, provided that strength is not of the kama and raga. but positive strength. Because काम राग में भी बल होता है, पशु की तरह लोग रहते हैं ना. No, no, no. Out of inspiration to a goal, the strength within me is called as Paramatma. That's what in Gita. So here Balamiti Vidyuti. So whenever the lightning is happening, or in today's world, whatever, the variety of energy resources are there, having the power in the Rupa, Parabrahman alone is there. We have to remember only two things. Parabrahman is experienced as self. He can be experienced as self when other than everything is rejected. Everything can never be rejected unless in them also we see Parabrahma. And the fact is, on Parabrahma only everything is superimposed. The superimposed things are replaced by saying that it is Brahman, it is Brahman, it is Brahman. Then those thoughts of those names and forms don't disturb us. Then we can quieten our mind. In that quiet mind, the real true self Brahman, the reality in us, we can experience. That is why the need of the upasanas, and that is how they help us. So wherever Balam is there all is Ishvara or Parabrahma only. And the source of the Balam is called Vidyut. It can be anything. Okay, now let us go to the third one. Yasho Rupena Pashushu. So Bhagavan is there as the Yasha in Pashu. What is the Pashu Yasha Sambandha? The Pashu Yasha Sambandha is the more the Pashu Sampada is there, the more Yashovan that person. Generally, Sampada and Yasha go together. The rich man is named and famed. जिनको पैसे नहीं होते, poverty, he may have all of the talent, nobody cares him also. He will have to prove. But the fellow is wealthy, he is definitely praised by the people. And the wealth in those days is in the form of Pashu. When a number of cattle decides his richness. How many bulls are there? How many cows are there? How many calves, bachda are there? How many buffaloes are there? How many bhed bhakri are there? How many small hens and cocks, whatever they are there? ये सब पालतू और जरूरत वाले. How many horses are there? How many खच्चर होते हैं, वो भी है. ये सब पशु है, पशु संपदा. Depending on that, the richness. In Nanda Gokula, Nanda Baba is a king of all Nanda Kula because he has got maximum cows. Today we will see. Shukdev ji is saying how this Rohini and Rukmini ityadi will address the Vrajeshwari. Vrajeshwari कहते हैं आज यशोदा मैया को. So beautiful word. They express their joy, so much love to her. We can't put it in words that you took care of our children. बलराम कृष्ण को इतना बड़े देख लिया. बढ़िया सा श्लोक है, today it will come. So they have the cow's strength. Therefore, they are Nanda Baba is at head of the whole. Same no, ये जो MLA ticket किसको देते हैं? Those who can give lot of fund to the party as well as manage his own election प्रचार. To them the ticket is given. कलकत्ता का देखा तमाशा हमारे यहाँ. लोग 2 दिन से लाइन में खड़े होकर the way they celebrated when they were given ticket. धन का है. So, Yashaha iti Pashushu means in the wealth, the name and fame ke roop mein Bhagavan is there. So then you can interpret as we have done for the earlier things, ki let the money be used in service of the world. Okay? We have served the world. It is proved in the form of name and fame. And mind you, we don't do the service to the world for the sake of name and fame. The name and fame is only a symbol, an indication that we are using our resources in the service of the world. So, Yasha and Pashu. Pashu is the wealth. Use the wealth in the service of the world. If it is truly done, we get the name and fame. In the form of that name and fame, in the all that sampada and sadvinyoga of sampada is Brahman alone. यश के रूप में परमात्मा ही है. Therefore, if somebody is very rich, don't feel jealous about them. All this richness in them is expression of Bhagavan only. that richness that makes them famous. अब देखो दुनिया का रीत है, डोंट फाइट विद इट. Just because I don't have money, I'm not respected. Why cry? You earn money and become famous. Like in some movies, the heroine's father never agrees the hero. He fellow goes and earns lot of money and all that. तो यश इति पशुषु. एंड उसमें भी अच्छे जात के और पशु हैं बढ़िया सा, और भी नेम फेम होता है. It's all samples, huh? They're all Devi Upasanas. Okay. Then next one is the fourth one. First one was Truptiriti Rushtau. Second is Balamiti Vidyati. Third is Yashaiti Pashushu. Fourth is Jyotiriti Nakshatreshu. How many stars twinkling on the sky? Every one of them such a splendorous, beautiful, twinkling light. ये सारे वो ज्योति के रूप में वो नक्षत्रों में भगवान ही है. हमारे क्लास में भी है कि नहीं, ऑल स्टार्स वन सुपरस्टार. ज्योतिरिति नक्षत्रेषु, among all the nakshatra, the jyoti, the prakash, parabrahma only. And we all know that the nakshatra chaitanya nakshatra kanti only is the one which is nourishing the every human living beings, outer and inner personalities, as well as all the resources which a human has got for his consumption. These are all very high level of subjects to be not studied right now. कोई जरूरत नहीं आपको. पहले अपना कल्याण उद्धार करो. जब when you become instrument in the hands of the Lord, that time these higher, deeper secrets are revealed. Whatever we have in the world for our consumption, whatever we have our personality layers of upadhis, all of them are the krupa of those nakshatra only. Nakshatra, one of the nakshatra is Surya. So from them only we are getting all this. Therefore, never underestimate them. And in those nakshatras, Jyoti Rupena, Parabrahma ka upasana karo. So night, just go out, look at the sky, see the stars, and in the Jyoti Rupa, Parabrahma alone is there. Jyotiriti Nakshatreshu. हो गया. The last one is Prajatihi Amrutam Anandam iti upaste. In the upastha, genital organ, these three rupena, Brahman alone is there. One is the Prajatihi, second is Amrutam, third is Anand. They are connection. Prajati means progeny. Progeny has to continue of the species, no? That continuation of progeny, which adds beauty to the world, is called as Amrutam. Eternally, continuously they have to be born. Then how will one do the action of continuing the progeny? And what is everybody seeks? Ananda. Therefore, when the Ananda is put there, then they will go for the Ananda. Therefore, Ananda Rupena, Amruta Rupena, Prajati Rupena, Paramatma alone is there in the Upastha. It's a divine thing, divine plan it is. Prajati Amrutamananda Ityupasthe. So here Bhashyakara writes Prajati Amrutam. Amrutam is Amrutatva Praptihi. How the Prajati and Amrutatva are related? Explanation is ki putrena, because of the children, Runa Vimoksha Dvarena, by getting freed from all the Runa, the loan, etc. Anandaha Sukham Iti Etat Sarvam Upastha Nimittam. Is it not? The children through various Pinda Pradhanas, Tiradanas, all other things, they make the Runa free of father. And then he goes to the Amrutapada, which is Ananda, that father. Therefore, Prajatihi Amrutam, the connection is given. Amrutatva, the Pitru Devatas get because of the children doing the variety of the Runa Vimochana activities. That's why on the name of your parent, you should do the charity continuously. Annadana, Dhanadana, koi mandir mein, koi ashram mein. That will free them. So, Amrutatva Praptihi, Putrena Runa Vimoksha Dvarena Amrutatva Prapti. That is why Prajati Amrutam, they go together. Then Anandaha Sukham iti etat. Sarvam Upastha Nimittam. So उपस्था में आनंद और अमृत और प्रजात ये तीनों का कारणत्व है. Therefore ब्रह्म एव पर ब्रह्म alone अनेन आत्मना उपस्थे प्रतिष्ठितम इति उपास्यम. In the upastha, in this way, Brahman alone is there as the Ananda, Amruttatva and Prajati. In this way, we have to do the Upasana. Now comes the last fifth one, Sarvamityakashe. तृप्तिरुष्टौ बलमिति विद्युति यशैति पशुषु ज्योतिरिति नक्षत्रेषु प्रजातिरमृतवान् इति वस्ते 5 are over. Sarvamityakashe is a little gambhira, beautiful thought it is. Then followed by this come Sarvaitka Tat Pradishteti Vasida Pradishtavan Bhavati Tat Brahmana. These are all very, very subtle and important upasanas of Brahman. When we study tomorrow and remember what is done today, it will be a comprehensive picture as to how to see in the human related things Brahma, so to the divine things the Brahma Tattva. And these are all when we are off the meditation seat. Now, on the meditation seat, we are only meditating on the Satyam Jnanavantam Brahma. These are all उपासना. ध्यान स्थिति से उत्थान में जब आते हैं तब हमको उपासनाएं करना होता है. 3 things only we have to do: सेवा, उपासना, ध्यान. When you are in the world, seva. When you are with yourself in the puja room, upasana. Even on the easy chair बैठ कर भी ये सब उपासना कर सकते हैं. Then on the seat of meditation, dhyana. And in the dhyanam, our goal is to catch the Satyam Jnanavanantam, which is already existing in the cave of our heart. बस हृदय को हर में घुसकर वहां जो सत्यम ज्ञानंद ब्रह्म हमेशा है हमारे वेट कर रहा है, उस जाकर उनके साथ एक होना ही हमारा साधन. So in this way, this Upanishad guides us. This one, tomorrow we will see. Sarvamityakashe tatpratishteti upasita pratishthavan bhavati. Along with Falashrutis, a beautiful thing is coming. After that is done, then there will be lot of question answers between the Purvapakshi and Guru Maharaj. 6 or 7 of the questions. Very interesting, very informative they are. After that is done, then we will be left with 1 or 2 more mantra for the conclusion of this Upanishad. So by the end of this month, we will be able to conclude it. Then we take up without break the very next day the Taittiriya Upanishad. After Taittiriya is Aitvaraya, then Shweta Ashwadana, then Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka. Let us see how the Lord guides us. Thank you. Om, 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 Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramashibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Namaha.